Ambiguity is one of the most uncomfortable features of the world we're living in right now. We want clarity, we want clean answers and clear lines. But ambiguity is not a failure of thinking. It's a feature of being human in a complex world. If the world is ambiguous, then as people of Providence, we must welcome paradox. Welcome to Walk the Walk, where we go beyond talking the talk. I'm Scott McLarty, head of Providence High School in Burbank, California, and in this show, we talk out of school about growing up and being a grown-up, about learning and leading for a better world. Let's get into it. Welcome to Walk the Walk. I'm Scott McLarty, head of school at Providence High School. Ambiguity is one of the most uncomfortable features of the world we're living in right now. We want clarity. We want certainty. We want clean answers and clear lines. But ambiguity resists all of that. It lives in the gray. It refuses to resolve neatly, and for many of us, that can feel deeply unsettling. And yet, ambiguity isn't new. What is new is how thoroughly ambiguous the world has become. We live in a culture that prizes decisiveness and confidence. We're rewarded for sounding certain even when reality is anything but. But ambiguity is not a failure of thinking. It's a feature of being human in a complex world. If the world is ambiguous, then as people of Providence, we must welcome paradox. Paradox isn't confusion. It's the ability to hold two things that appear to be in tension without rushing to collapse one into the other. It's the discipline of staying present when easy answers aren't available. Faith has always been comfortable with paradox. Jesus is fully human and fully divine. Strength is revealed in weakness. Loss gives way to resurrection. The Christian tradition does not eliminate tension, it inhabits it. The Sisters of Providence understood this deeply. They lived in the tension between trust and uncertainty, action and surrender, courage and humility. They didn't wait for perfect clarity before responding to need. They moved forward, grounded in values, even when the path ahead was unclear. This is one of the main reasons why our Providence High School brand is a series of paradoxes, of both ands: tradition and innovation, faith and curiosity, humility and ambition, community and identity. Ground yourself and uplift others. In our own lives, ambiguity often tempts us toward extremes. We want either or thinking because it feels safer than both and. But paradox invites a deeper kind of maturity. It's what business researcher Jim Collins calls the genius of the and. Welcoming paradox allows us to be confident and curious, hold conviction without rigidity, care deeply without needing control, act faithfully without complete certainty. This is especially important in education and leadership. Students, parents, and educators alike are navigating questions with no simple answers. Welcoming paradox models intellectual humility, emotional steadiness, and trust. So what does welcoming paradox actually look like in practice? Well, here are some practices I use for welcoming paradox. Resist false choices. When situations are framed as either or, ask whether both and might be more faithful to reality. Slow down meaning making. Not everything needs to be resolved immediately. Our culture demands quick answers, but some forms of understanding only come with time and deep thinking. Stay rooted in values, not outcomes. Values endure even when results are unclear and strategies need to change. Let timeless values guide our decisions. Practice intellectual humility. Admitting I don't know yet is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's not giving into ignorance, it's giving meaning and direction time to emerge. And finally, don't believe the stories we tell ourselves. We are storytelling animals, and in the absence of clarity, we create our own clarity by making up stories. It's natural. But automatically believing our stories about the world and about each other can lead us down some false and dangerous paths. Welcoming paradox doesn't make ambiguity disappear, but it does change how we relate to it. Instead of reacting with fear or defensiveness, we learn to remain open, grounded, and attentive. Ambiguity then can become the birthplace of possibility rather than worry. So paradoxes are not mysteries to be solved. They are creative tensions to live within. And when we learn to live with paradox, we make room for deeper understanding, stronger relationships, and a more faithful way forward. Thank you for walking the walk with me. See you next time. Thank you for joining me on Walk the Walk. Please support us by following, subscribing, and visiting us at providencehigh.org/walkthewalk, where you can sign up for our email list to join the conversation. Thanks again, and see you next time.